Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 732. Series, multiple entry points. And once again, Stanley's not in here. No, well, we'll make do. He's just out there. Some series need to be read in order. And that makes it a challenge for getting the books into people's hands because now you're always pushing book one. Not really that big of a deal, but as you write more and more books, my most recent book coming out, what is today, 25th, in 4 days, is book 19 in the series. And although I do my best to make each one stand alone enough, you still really need to read them in order. How many people are going to go back and read books 1 through 18 just so they can enjoy book 19? Not as many as we'd like. I would think all of them would because it's a cool series, 19 books. No. So multiple entry points. So what we can do is at book 6, I made that a standalone, and I went back through, I rewrote the whole thing in order to, everything that was new and fresh, like a name or something like that. Oh, here's this person, here's some identifying characteristics that you would have learned in previous books, and did all that. So yeah, a lot of bonus words that you get for free because you have to say what you've already said once. Still, it's the readers who are reading every book, you have to be careful with the extra words you add so you don't drag down those readers who have been along for the ride from the start. So kind of a balance. Have to find that balance. You look at the great thriller series. They're not really a series in that you can pick up at anyone at any point in time and you're fine. So this is the optimal state. However, then you lose that ability of let's always add the first one and see the read-through to books 2, 3, because now the read-through could be to any book in that series. It doesn't have to be in order. So you kind of lose a little bit of the ability to judge your read-through and assess where do people stop reading in order to go back and take a look and fix if there's a problem, or just see your overall profitability, because if they're all relative standalones, although it's a series, then you have to look at overall sales, and you can market any book. Now, read through, you lose that kind of ROI. However, if people can enter there and they like it, then they can go back to the beginning, and that's what you put in your back matter and your front matter. Although this book can be read standalone, it's beneficial if you start with book 1 and read up to book 18, book 19 stand by itself and enjoy the story. But if you like it, here's where book 1 is. Just helping shape those reader expectations and help them understand and make it easier, because fans and readers like easier for them to find that first book. So, best case, multiple entry points. They don't have to be with every book, but at regular intervals, because then when you release that book that can stand alone, you can market it that way, and you throw it out there. You find new readers, always looking for new readers. So someone with no knowledge of the characters, they dive in and read the story. Hey, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, I want to find out more about these characters. Where did they come from? How did they grow? Back to book 1, because you put that information in there and made it really easy for them to dive over to book 1 as soon as they finish this book and say, yes, I want more of this. And holy cow, it's a book. It's a series. I can read a lot more about this. Those are the people you want. Those are your whale readers. Those are your super fans that become super fans. No need for the long passages. Make sure you temper the new explanations. Make it just enough so somebody is not put off who is new to the series, but not so much that they don't need to go back and read the beginning, that they want to go back and read a little bit more, get a little more fluff in there. It's simple. Now, covers, as you do paperback covers, maybe not putting that book on there. An Ian Bragg thriller, period. No numbers, anything like that. I don't do that because the first 3 really needed to be read in order. Book 4 was kind of like the first standalone. Book 5 is definitely a standalone that references back to the first 4. However, I'm not going to put book 5 on the cover where there are books 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have that number on the paperback cover. Just things to think about. Because from this point on, they all have to stand alone. That's my strategy for this series. So, that's it. There you go. If you want to do prequels, fine, you can always, but shape those reader expectations in the front matter, the back matter, and let them know this is a stand. You can read this standalone. However, if you want to know more, here's the link to book one. Or if you want to know more, here's the link to the series, so you can see how many books are out. That way you don't have to go back and keep changing your front or back matter to say, hey, here's the series page. Oh, and by the way, if you like this book, maybe start at the beginning. Go back and read more about these characters. And that is how you do multiple entry points in a series, and that's how you maximize your profitability without being able to exactly see what the read-through is like from book 1 to book 2 to book 3, book 4. Because if you do that, if you calculate all the time, you're going to get disappointed. Because by the time you get to book 10, you don't have 100% of the people who read book 1 reading book 10. If you do, that's cool and you should be over the moon. But you don't. So don't be bummed out about that. Peace, fellow humans.